Esto habla quieto, dico, mi vai dice, tu puoi, tu dai,
If anyone would like to join me on the walk around Riga, you'd be very, very welcome. For those of you who don't know, there's a bit of a tradition on Bloomsday that usually in Dublin there is a trail where people follow the course of Leopold Bloom and Stephen Dedalus through the course of the day. What we've tried to do is find sort of analogues for some of the famous locations that you can find in Ulysses, and we found some pretty good ones, I think, in Riga. Riga makes a very good substitute Dublin, I think we're going to prove today, which we can build on in future as well. And there will be 7 stops. At each little stop, there'll be a little bit of a reading from a Latvian poet, and we will inevitably end up in the pub where we can continue the debate and hopefully not encounter any cyclops.
This is going to be our Glasnevin cemetery for the evening. These old, I believe they're gravestones of the Livonian masters, Plettenberg's mob and that lot.
The yellow dressing gown, ungrateful, was sustained gently behind him by the mild morning air. He held the bow aloft and intoned, Introibo ad altare Dei.
As you probably know, Ulysses or Odysseus, he had a bit of a problem with sirens, luring him to his doom with their beautiful song. He countered the problem by filling his ears with wax and tying himself to the mainmast of his ship. But the sirens are very, very dangerous, luring men to rack and ruin. In this case, the sirens are 2 barmaids, and in the section we're going to hear, they're just watching parades pass outside while they just gossip. So we get a good slice of gossip and women sort of trying to outdo each other a little bit with some advice, particularly regarding cosmetics.
On her flower frowning, Miss Douce said, "Most aggravating that young brat is. If he doesn't conduct himself, I'll wring his ear for him a yard long." Ladylike, in exquisite contrast. "Take no notice," Miss Kennedy rejoined.
Mr. Bloom turned over idly pages of the awful disclosures of Maria Monk, then of Aristotle's masterpiece. Crooked, butched print, plates, infants cuddled in a ball in blood-red wombs like livers of slaughtered cows. Lots of them like that at this moment all over the world, all butting with their skulls to get out of it. Child born every minute somewhere.
He arose again from the bed, steered into haven, sitteth on his beam end, till further orders whence he shall come to drudge for a living and be paid. But, says Bloom, isn't discipline the same everywhere? I mean, wouldn't it be the same here if you put force against force? Didn't I tell you? As true as I'm drinking this porter, if he was at his last gasp, he's tried to downface you that dying was living. We'll put force against force, says a citizen. We have our greater Ireland beyond the sea. They were driven out of house and home in the Black 47. Their mud cabins and their shearlings by the roadside were laid low by the battering ram, and the Times rubbed its hands and told the white-livered Saxons there would soon be as few Irish in Ireland as Redskins in America. Even the Grand Turk sent us his piastres, but the Sassenach tried to starve the nation at home while the land was full of crops.